Although his career as a football manager had taken him to a string of some of Europe's major cities, Turin, Milan, London, Paris, Madrid, Munich, Naples and now Liverpool, by his own admission, Carlo Ancelotti is very much a product of his upbringing in rural Italy. It was in the rustic surroundings of his home province of Reggio Emilia that Ancelotti was given his first position of head coach with Serie B Reggiana in 1995, after spending 3 years working under his old AC Milan boss Arrigo Sacchi, after hanging up his boots as a player in 1992. He spent a single season in charge, guiding Reggiana back to the top flight at the first time of asking with a 4th place finish to secure the final promotion spot. Back in the 1990s, when Parma were bankrolled by the dairy giant Parmalat, they were the dominant force in Ancelotti's Emilia-Romagna region and handed him his first post in Serie A in 1996. He left Reggiana for a dressing room that contained the likes of Fabio Cannavaro, Lilian Thuram, Hernan Crespo and Enrico Chiesa, plus a teenage prospect in goal, Gianluigi Buffon. Ancelotti guided them to the runners-up spot in Serie A in 1997, but after dropping to 6th the following year, he was sacked. Goodison Park, Everton's historic home ground, is affectionately known as the Old Lady, but given that it's a nickname shared with Juventus, it's to be hoped that Carlo Ancelotti, now 60, is more suited to such surroundings than he was to Serie A's most successful club. Another of Juve's monikers is the girlfriend of Italy, but by Ancelotti's own admission, this stint of his career proved to be no affair of the heart. As he said, Juventus was a team I'd never really loved. Is it any wonder when a group of Juve ultras mocked Ancelotti with a terrace banner that read, "A pig that couldn't coach," a derogatory reference to his farming roots? The 2 full seasons that Ancelotti oversaw at Juve resulted in back-to-back runners-up finishes, being edged out by Lazio by 1 point in 2000 and Roma by 2 points in 2001 for the Scudetto. As a result of their near misses, he was fired on the final day of the 2000-2001 season, with his sacking made public to reporters at half-time of Juventus' 2-1 home win over Atalanta, when they were still in contention to be champions. It was back at Milan, the club that took him to the top of the world game as a player, that Ancelotti forged his reputation as a coach. After steady progress of 4th and 3rd place finishes in Serie A in his first 2 seasons in charge, Ancelotti steered Milan to the first Scudetto in 5 years in 2004, as they romped home, some 11 points clear of the nearest challengers Roma. He also led them to a hat-trick of Champions League finals, defeating his domestic rivals and former employees Juventus on penalties at Old Trafford in 2003, and gaining revenge to beat Liverpool 2-1 in 2007 in Athens, after surrendering a 3-0 lead to lose the infamous 2005 final in Istanbul. Carlo Ancelotti had conquered both Italy and Europe with AC Milan, but untried outside his homeland, he proved an instant hit in England by steering Chelsea to the Premier League and FA Cup double in 2009-2010. Ancelotti's men edged out Alex Ferguson's side by a single point to win the Premier League title that year. They outscored them by 17 goals over the campaign to net 103 times over 38 matches. It unravelled quickly for Ancelotti in his second season at Chelsea, after owner Roman Abramovich felt the need to sack him after only finishing runners-up. PSG's high-profile gamble to bring in Ancelotti halfway through the campaign appeared to backfire at first when they finished runners-up behind Montpellier, but it was during his second season, when he was guiding them towards their first French title for 19 years, that things turned sour for the Italian. The changing of the goalposts from the club's owners seemed to hit Ancelotti hard, and having been told that he would be expected to produce immediate results, it seems that he thought he may as well go and work at the top end of such a pressure cooker environment, as he sought PSG's permission to take up a new post at the end of the 2012-2013 season. Carlo Ancelotti stands alone in the annals of football history, having steered Real Madrid to La Decima, their 10th European Cup win. Although Real Madrid were already European football's most decorated club when he arrived, they hadn't won the Champions League since 2002, with bitter rivals Barcelona having lifted the trophy 3 times during the intervening period. But while Ancelotti's personality enabled him to smooth things over in the dressing room with the big egos at the Bernabeu, striking the right balance on the pitch proved a stiffer ask, as he largely abandoned the 4-4-2 and the 4-3-2-1 formations that had served him so well in the past, and used a 4-3-3 to accommodate the players that he had. Ancelotti's legacy remained strong at Real Madrid. He took over a club that was bitterly divided, called everyone together and got them going on a positive path, won 2 trophies in his first season, integrated a group of superstars, and for the most part, they played good football. He's definitely warmly remembered by their fans. Like all football managers who have been around for any length of time, Carlo Ancelotti has suffered untimely sackings, at least 2 of which took place before he left the stadium. But as one of the game's great winners, he's lifted trophies in each of the 5 countries he has worked in. Germany is the final element in that quintet, with the 2017 Bundesliga title as last major piece of silverware. But while Ancelotti the man remains a respected figure in Bavaria, this is the only stop on a long journey where his coaching methods seem to have been seriously questioned. Rather than being remembered unfavourably, it seems that any long-lasting effect of Ancelotti's time at Bayern seems to have quickly faded away. Although Naples is noted for its cuisine, it's the birthplace of pizza, and many in Neapolitan would tell you that you can't get a decent one in Milan. In football terms, it's remained in the shadow of its northern rivals for many years. Only during the Diego Maradona-inspired golden era of the late 80s and early 90s did Napoli secure some of the game's big prizes. And in bringing Ancelotti back to the Italian game after a 9-year European tour, club president Aurelio De Laurentiis dreamed of restoring the glory years. Although Ancelotti finished runners-up in Serie A with Napoli behind Juventus, they won 12 fewer points than the previous campaign and finished 11 points behind Juve in the title race. Few could have envisaged the way things unravelled during the first half of Ancelotti's second season in charge at Napoli. After the players refused to go to a training camp organised by the owner, De Laurentiis threatened to sell the entire squad and issued them with fines for their internal mutiny. Such fractious conditions are hardly conducive with achieving positive results, and it was therefore hardly surprising that Napoli built up a 9-match winless run. The sequence was finally ended with a 4-0 success at home to Genk on December 10th that ensured Napoli's progression to the knockout stages of the Champions League, but the victory came too late to save Ancelotti as he was axed later that night. They said he wouldn't come to Everton. They said that he was better suited to Arsenal, but on December 21st, 2019, 3,136 days after he was sacked as Chelsea manager while still inside the ground, Carlo Ancelotti was back at Goodison Park as Blues boss. The 60-year-old wouldn't take charge until Burnley's visit on Boxing Day, but Christmas had come early for the club's loyal but long-suffering supporters. There's already been major bumps on the road, such as the derby humiliation of losing to Liverpool's second string to be dubbed out of the FA Cup at the 3rd round stage, and the further embarrassment of surrendering a 2-0 lead at home to Newcastle in a shambolic 102-second spell in stoppage time, to be somehow left with just 1 point from a game they had coasted. However, Evertonians have faith in Ancelotti. He already has his own song plus accompanying banner, honours not bestowed on predecessor Marco Silva throughout his 18-month stint in charge. Making managerial changes mid-season is always a gamble, but on this occasion, Everton's Monaco-based owner Farhad Moshiri seems to have hit the jackpot.